Bloody creepy, Neela. Jeez, Brian. Weirdo. Look what I made last night. I spent too long last night making candy. It was at least up to like 11:30. I know. But I got some new emo things, which, of course, is awesome. First of all, I got this belt, because I actually need a belt to keep my pants up. So now I've got a belt to do that. I told my sister, I'm like, I need to go to this store, because I need an edgy belt. And she's like, okay. And then she's like, hey, you wanted a belt, right? Because this was like later on in the day. I'm like, no, I want an edgy belt. And she's like, oh, yeah. So, got an edgy belt. Heck yeah. And I got a totally edgy lunchbox because I needed a bigger one. It's a cat mermaid. And it's black, and I love it. That'll be my new one for work. It is really cute. It's so stinking cute. I also I made this after stream during our movie night. Man, I was doing a lot during movie night. I made this. Actually, that was about it. Took a while. I got some more Pokemon Pop bundles that I can't put up yet. I also started making this morning, not that one. This one, a bracelet for my sister. So I'm making my sister a rotated cuff. I also tried to start making a mushroom, but I didn't get very far. But something awesome came in the mail today. We can finally crack open my arcade stick. I don't really want to do that now because I've got a bunch of candy making stuff just in the way, but I might clear that stuff off. Actually, no. Tomorrow's stream, whenever that happens, I'll be taking apart my arcade stick. Y'all ready for some more emo stuff? Fishnet stockings. I've been looking for these forever. And I'm really excited to have some. And I got some games. What's the oof for, Neela? Getting everything out of my bag. Alright, that's everything. The oof is from my brain. Why? What's wrong with your brain? What's new? What is new with your brain? It's a little mini vacuum because my keyboard's really dusty. So now I've got a little keyboard, a little vacuum for my keyboard. There's an instruction manual. There's different attachments. A little dusty thing. And a little nozzle thing. Who needs instructions? This is vacuum. I don't know how loud it will be. Bloody exhausting. And I'm only gonna do like a shorter stream. And then I'm gonna make like more TikToks. Maybe. If I can think of any to make. And there's a little LED. Sucking up that dust like a boss. And with my cousin, we went to the park. Exhausted. I just realized how like dusty my keyboard actually is. Yes. I went to use the toilet before stream and my watch vibrated. For keyboard vacuuming, I feel like this is the tip to go. And you see, my cousin just doesn't want to like run around and vibe, you know. She wants to like play games, and you can tell she's an only child. Because she is so competitive. She's like, let's play this game. Whoever gets to the top wins. And I'm like, why do we have to race? Why can't we just like climb and stuff? No, although it's her birthday on like Tuesday or something. So we got her presents. I got like fingerless gloves, like proper fingerless gloves. Problems of an emo child. I'm like 8 years into this emo business, so I'm still an emo child. It's time to cosplay as a person who has their life together. I'm really annoyed you can't go live if you have under 1,000 subs or followers on TikTok. Yeah, like all this time and money and resources I've spent. My hair's getting caught in it. Man, this is long. This would be awesome for winter. Ba 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 ba. After stream, I'll need to like clean out my desk. Lala more unicorn. And then what you do? I need to make more bracelets. I got a little Polly Pocket that I already opened. Because it is very cute. It is going on display. But the little doll in it can't like sit in a swing she's designed for. So it's like, what are you good for then? Yeah. No. I got some Switch games, Neela. I got some Switch games. You want to see them? Although, while I wait for you to answer, my ears were cold this morning, so I put on my beanie, and I'm just vibing. And I've got a denim jacket on. I've got this absurd thing, and we're in Target, and I'm like, man, there's been a lot of cute boys today that I've seen in like this past weekend, and then I'm like why? Like, what is there something that stops them from checking me out? And then I realize I look like this, and then I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Although I had an old guy in Woolies compliment. This one. I haven't actually played this game before, so I'm really excited to play it. I'm going to play this one first. I'm going to 100% it, but I don't think I'll 100% it on stream because I do imagine me getting really bored really quickly. But I might stream this one. Although with my Twitch payout, as like a thank you to you guys, I'll be buying and streaming Terraria Unpacking. Oh, far out. We were at Smiggle today, Neela. Speaking on that note. And we were buying this. Well, like, I was buying this. And there was something else. And Mom was like, hey, you should buy that. I'm like, why? It's really creepy. And she's like, you're really creepy. I was like, what do you mean I'm really creepy? She was like, you're just really creepy. I mean, look at you. And this was before I, like, got these. And I'm like, how am I creepy? Although I was wearing like suspenders earlier, I just left them at my parents' house because I took them off for a bit. I mean, here with the Rainbow Shaky Cube, a game controller poppet, that's what this is, the poppet. And another Catacorn Mermaid lip gloss. It'd be creepy. And with the Slytherin hat, nonetheless. It's like, jeez. I think I just intimidate a lot of people. Although, thankfully, I haven't had any mothers or people, like, pull their children back away from me because I'm just, like, really tiny and I don't have tattoos. I feel like if I was slightly taller and I had tattoos, I would have a lot of a, ooh. Although, I'm thinking tomorrow. Although, I might do this after stream because I really want to start. I had no idea that after high school, it would take a few years, but I'd be one of the girls to care about their outfits. Because most of the time, I'm like, yeah, this looks good. This is clean. Let's just roll with it. And I like how my ear cuffs come out, and it's just vibing. They probably do think that, especially when I wear my senior jersey. But you can't see what year I graduated on, so they're like, oh, hey. Whoa, term now 21.3. It's cold. It was cold today. Yeah, I'm never going to forget. I was like 19. I was a couple months from being 20. And I was getting my hair cut at the hair salon. And I probably told this story before because it's just like etched itself in my brain. The hairdresser was like, are you excited to graduate? I was like, oh no. She said, she said something like that. Like, are you excited to graduate? And I was like, yeah, no, it was a really good day. And I was like, I'm almost 20. And, yeah. I've never gone to a bar before, or like a pub, but I kind of do to see if I'd be ID'd. Although last year I went to the RSL. I have no idea what they stand for. They're like everywhere in Australia. At least in Queensland. I got ID'd. Like, I was literally going up to the counter of a place with, like, the section where they serve drinks. because my dad was ordering, and my dad is obviously, like, doesn't need to be ID'd, and if he does, what is wrong with you? I'm pulling up my dad now because he's live. I want to show you guys. I did something for him. I did that. I helped him with this. I helped him set it up.
Let's get him dead. Stop playing around.
Anyway. Realize you guys can hear it, but not me. Oh well. What was I on about? ADHD much? Oh yeah, at the pub. And I was standing next to my dad. My dad was like doing all the talking, and she turns to me, the bartender, and was like, "Hey, can I see your ID?" And what's even worse is we weren't even ordering alcohol. We were just getting like Pepsi. And I get ID'd. And I'm like, and even my dad was taken aback a bit, because he was like, "Oh, she's not ordering, it's just me. She's just helping me." And I'm like, oh, far out. How much longer am I gonna get ID'd for? But after stream, I'm gonna do some looks. I might do a winter look with these jeans, but got the fishnet stockings on underneath. I'll definitely be wearing the fishnet stockings underneath my skirt. And these goings. And I could be a violent grungy teen. I need to download these. Like I've said before, I played Breath of the Wild, and we actually purchased the DLC. So that is good. I'll probably have to update some things. But I actually got all the 120 shrines on this game when I broke my foot. And what was really fun about that is I obviously had all this time to do nothing. So I was getting all the shrines. And then when I was like got the cast off and got the moon boot on, I started going to physiotherapy. And the physio dude was like, "What have you been doing to keep yourself occupied? You obviously can't be doing much." And I was like, "Oh, I've been playing the Nintendo Switch." Because when I say Switch, most people are like, "Huh? What's that?" So I just go Nintendo Switch, because like most people know what Nintendo is. Even my great-grandparents, who are in their 80s, knows what Nintendo is. By the way, I'm going to continue on with my sister's bracelet, so that's what you'll be hearing in the background. And he's like, "Oh, what game have you been playing?" And this gets me really excited, because I don't know if you know this or not, but I really love the Switch. And I really love gaming. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been playing Breath of the Wild." And he was like, "Oh, that's a good game. What have you been doing in it? Have you finished it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of finished it. I've done all the main quests. I just don't want to fight Ganon, because I don't want to die a lot." And then he had a laugh. And then I was like, "I'm trying to find all the shrines." And he was like, "Oh, cool. There's 100 of them or something." I was like, "Yeah, there's 120. He's like, "Oh man, good luck." And then a few weeks later, I'll go back for another physio appointment, and he's like, "How many shrines have you got?" I was like, "Oh, he knows. He remembers. He remembers." That is really fun. Best part about breaking my leg is getting to do all the shrines. Although at this stage, I was barely 18. I think. Yeah. I was barely 18. But I hope I don't intimidate people. I mean, how can I intimidate people when I'm wearing Pokemon and Animal Crossing? On a lanyard that's Disney. It's Rainbow Mickey Mouse. Passive search for a partner. Well, like I said, in Target, there's some really cute guys. That went well, as one might assume. It's going great. I was telling my dad, and he's like, you should go out to them and be like, hey, how you doing? I was like, how about no? I do think of like reopening my Twitter account. Not my Twitter account, my Tinder account. But I kind of did something a bit, I like shadowed a guy. Like I was talking to him a lot, but he lives in the Gold Coast, and I was like, And then I just like deleted the app one day because I was getting really overwhelmed. And I've spoken to my psychologist about it like many times. Like every time I go there, which is once a month, she's like, hey, how's you going out with friends? Have you done anything? And I'm like, no. And she's like, yeah, you don't really need much to fill your social battery. And I'm like, no. And then a month later, hey, did you do anything with your mates yet? And I'm like, far out. I could kneel out, or I could just play video games all day. I need to figure out, I told you about this, I think, last week, about my coworker who met her partner and moved through a video game, and she, like, moved states. And I'm like, I need to figure out what video game she was playing. It was probably something like World of Warcraft or something. You know what would be so cool? Gaming bars. Like, internet cafes, but with, like, TVs with Switch docks and stuff, and then, like, PlayStations, drinks. Mainly energy drinks, because we're gamers. When I'm grocery shopping, I often think about buying an energy drink. Because I haven't tasted an energy drink before. I'm already addicted to one source of caffeine. I don't need to. Yeah, I did. But there's a place in the city. I can't remember what it's called. But it was mainly for the, like, Dungeons and Dragons nerds. I mentioned to my friend about playing Dungeons and Dragons before, and we were going to play it because my friend from high school. I'm using different colored purples. Far out. My ADHD, caffeine. Yeah, but I think the autism side of that just cancels it out. I was using the wrong color of purple. I've been using this purple when it's supposed to be that purple. But yeah, there's this place in the city, and where they sold like a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff and a lot of other games like that. But the day we were going, my friend and his Dungeon and Dragon group were going to play Dungeons and Dragons, Queensland went into another lockdown. And him and his mates were going to do it through Discord. But, like, I never played Dungeons and Dragons before. And so I didn't want my first time to be through Discord because, like, I'd have no stinking clue what I'm doing. And so that never happened. But the little shop we went to, they have tables set up so you can play yourself. And they sell coffee and stuff. So I wonder if there's like more places like that in the city. There probably are. Oh, jeez. I need to like undo a knot. You do hear of stories of people who have met their loved ones through work. And I'm like, the only people I meet through work are dads. I'd be that female. Hey. You remember how yesterday in stream I was having troubles with these knots and they just always kept undoing? Now I can't seem to undo them. I still do want to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's just kind of hard when you have no stinking idea about anything. Actually, I'd be the female in the group that'd be distracted. Let's be real. Like, I probably would, yes, be distracting people. Because I've been told I'm relatively attractive. I mean, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But I probably would distract some guys, especially Dungeons and Dragon nerds. Let's be real. They're like some interesting looking dudes. And Neela, if you are a Dungeon and Dragon nerd, my point still stands. Anyway. But I would be easily just as distracted. But a while ago, I was talking to someone. It was one of my old bosses, actually. Because she's like, hey, do you have anyone in your life? Because this was before a work gathering where her partner was there. And then someone was, and this was just after someone was telling us what her husband was doing that night that we were out. Hi, Brad. And I was like, no. And she's like, oh, we got to take you to a bar. And I'm like, oh, I don't really like bars and pubs and stuff. And she was like, oh, where do you like going? And then I was like, oh, I really like going to like video game stores and stuff. And she's like, okay, I know this great video game cafe place. I'll take you. And she never took me, and then I quit. She's like, I'll be your wingman. And I was like, cool. Although I do want to go to the city because there's this really cool, like, edgy jewelry store in the city that sell a lot of body jewelry. And a lot more than my local, like, piercing shops do. And they have one, like, in the city. And so I want to go. And maybe when I go, if I ever go, because I told my sister a couple weeks ago that we'll go this weekend. Or we'll go the weekend that I told her, and we never did. I keep grabbing the wrong color purple. It's because there's a purple right next to the pink beads that I'm using, but it's not that purple that I'm using. I'm using the darker purple. So maybe when we ever go to the city for that jewelry shop. And the EB games in the city, in the JB Hi-Fis. Bloody insane. Yeah, purple is purple. But in the terms of like jewelry making, different shades of purple mean life or death. Although I think I showed you guys yesterday briefly a new YouTube channel I discovered. They have 700,000 something subscribers, so it's not like they're from the start. But they do a lot of like comic book. They read Wikipedia entries of like different comic book characters, mainly Marvel, because the wiki pages and Wikipedia pages are just so detailed. But I'm like, man, I would love to read comics and like comic books and stuff. And I would love to watch all the cartoons and stuff. I would get so incredibly bored. Because it's all the same stories. And my comic book store, like, life, I guess you could say, started with the MCU. And the MCU is, like, based off of the comic books. So I'd be like, oh, I've already seen this happen. But, like, all the different lives and stuff that they lead in the comic books is so much more interesting. Like the information I find out and stuff is like, man. And what is also so cool is all the different universes, like the Spider-Man universe, the main Avengers universe, and like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. They're all different in movies and cinematic history, but they're just all like vibing together in the comic books, which I think would be so fun to watch. Like, it's just so cool. So but I don't read comic books. Access to them is a bit, especially like legal copies. But B, the type of paper that is used. Although I do know there's apps and websites out there, but I want legal copies. Like, the Hulk, one of his official weaknesses that is actually optimized by S.H.I.E.L.D. is puppies. So when his girlfriend in that, like, storyline isn't available, S.H.I.E.L.D. like reins the Hulk in by dousing him in puppies. They just dropped a bunch of puppies on him. Puppies and children apparently are his weaknesses. Like, that's it. And like the Hulk thunderclapped through and like ruptured the space-time continuum. Like, there's so many things that just comic books are just so stupid and broken that it's hilarious. Like the Hulk being able to jump into Earth's orbit. Like, and it's reasons like that why I want to read comic books as well, because you'll never say that in the MCU. I'm just a dork. I almost grabbed the wrong color pink. Trying to figure out the next step. They need a Disney pub, let's be real. I'd go. I know where I'm going wrong. I've like twisted the whole thing. Silly Lala. There we go. Alright. One more group. I want to make my dad something, but he doesn't like really want anything. I was gonna make him a cube, but like he don't want a cube. So we're just chilling. I've got no friends, Neela. I need like someone to talk to. Now, I was thinking of making him a star. So I can be really corny and go, you're a star. Or like I could make him a yellow and gold star from like Super Mario. So I can say, you're my superstar. And just be like really stupidly corny. I was telling him that I want to make him something while we were at the park. And he's like, no, if you make me something, I'll throw it out. And I'm like, oh, dude. But he can't throw out a superstar. I should make you a face mask, Neela, to hide your beard. Got him. I do actually have a tutorial saved on Google Drive of a couple tutorials of face masks. I'd love to try it one day. Oh, my R2D2 Tamagotchi like started vibing. I feel like if my dad didn't have to work the work he does, he would grow his beard out. But no, my dad's a professional. It's time to cosplay as a person who has their life together. He works at Cochlear. I don't know what he does. I know more of what my mom does than what my dad does. No. Not anymore, Neil. My mama left that life. But yeah, that's a good point. I can't remember what the next step is, but I'm too lazy to like pull up Google. My Google Docs. Neela, have you gone silent because I didn't tell you that my mom quit her like childcare job, and so now you feel betrayed? Feels bad, man. Quiet because I didn't tell you something. When I'm basically an open book. I do think about not being so open, but I just would not know what to say and what not to say. So we're stuck with this. I saw OBS go to red, like the sound audio mixer, when my R2D2 Tamagotchi went off. So you may be quiet, but I'm not. Trying to think of like what color combination bracelet to make next, because I'm gonna make a normal X cuff bracelet, which is the base of the rotating cuff. I just don't know what color to use. I really want to use like my like green, my holographic green, but I don't know. I don't know. Kind of want to use my oranges and my greens, but that doesn't really look good together. I could make a red and orange one. That could be pretty cool. Then I kind of want to make like an orange and purple one. Although I've got this really weird color that's not quite red, but it's also not quite pink that I haven't used yet. I'm thinking for this stream today, just going for like an hour. So and I'll go live on Thursday. I don't know what I'll do, because probably after stream what I'll do is I'll make some TikToks. I'll figure out my stream schedule for the week. Figure out when I need to leave for work. When that starts again on Thursday. And do my stream schedule. So I won't do another watch party, mainly because I'll be getting up and down and stuff. I started making Thanks, Neela. You just want to carry me, hey? Oh, this is the opportunity to carry Lala. So far, really stinking good. First one I made without pulling up the tutorial. Do you like paladins? I somehow like twisted the beads when knotting it. Well, I haven't played the dev's other game, Although speaking of devs, other games, the devs of Stardew Valley are actually currently working on. Hold up! Welcome to another episode of A Law I Can't Tie a Knot. Are working on another game, like the Haunted Chocolatier or something. So I'll be keeping an eye out on information and stuff for that. Speaking of new games, though, I pre-ordered Hogwarts Legacy for the Nintendo Switch. So I definitely plan on streaming that. It's time to cosplay as a person who has their life together. I've had my iPad case glued to this monitor mount for almost 48 hours. So after stream as well, I'll see if the glue worked, if the hot glue gun worked. If not, I'll use my Gorilla Glue, and that will definitely work. The base of the X cuff is made for my sister. Oh, and I won't stream Hyrule's Warriors because it's a really old game. I know it's still probably played and stuff, but I won't worry about it. It'll be fun to experience on my own time. I know not stream a game. Who would have thought of that? Yeah, I know, but you notice, Neela, that I still want this to be a career. So I need to think about games that might do well. Also, I'm not going to stream this game because there's been previous Hyrule Warrior games there's only been one previous Hyrule Warrior game. And I didn't get very far into it because I didn't really like the style of game. And same with Fire Emblem. So I don't want to start it and just stop. Yeah, I know. Fortnite, am I right? Now I'm going to wait. So my Twitch payout, I don't know what DBD is. Valorant, I've tried playing Valorant. I can't. I could stream it for the lulz one day, but I can't. Apex Legends, I would like to play it, but the reason why I haven't yet, and even though it is free on the Switch and stuff, is this one dude that I used to watch on YouTube, Your Average Consumer. He loved that game, and he really annoyed me because his whole channel is basically flexing on how much sponsorships he gets and how many things people send him, and it's just really stinking annoying. And he's good at what he does. Good on him for building an empire like that, but I'm like, no. And so that's why I don't play Apex Legends. Purely out of spite. And yes, it is on the Switch, I know. But just because it's on the Switch doesn't mean I'll play it. But look forward to when the Switch payout hits my account of Terraria, Unpacking, and then there is another game I wanted to play. I've got it written down somewhere. Although what sucks is these games don't have physical copies yet. Oh, 28th of April, Nintendo Switch Sports comes out. So I need to keep that in. Actually, let's look now to see what day it is. Because I want to stream that like the day over the next day it comes out. 28th of April is on a Thursday. So on the 29th, so it's not next week, but the week after, on the 29th, which is a Friday. Or what I could do is like not stream on like the Friday or the Wednesday and stream on Thursday, like or any day of the week realistically. I mean, it's my stream, it's my job. I can do what I want. But I could stream on Thursday, the day far out. The day Nintendo Switch Sports comes out, you can ride the hype. But what'll be even better is since I'm Australian, I get like access to the games before other countries do, purely because of time zones. Because it's the 29th long before it is other countries. Although the only downside to being in Australian is like, for example, the most recent example is when Turning Red came out. It was supposed to come out on the 13th of May, but it came out on the 14th of May for us. Not May, March. So in a couple weeks, get prepared for Nintendo Switch Sports. I'll be able to like use my standing desk a lot. Let's rip. Why are we ripping? Is it because we're running low on the color pink? Oh, yeah. Well, that was so, like, 1 second ago, Neela. Yeah. It also really sucks for YouTubers that post, which most YouTubers do post on the schedule. They're like, I upload every Thursday, every Sunday, every, like, XYZ. But I always get it a day later, and so I need to remember that. I'm like, ooh, a new video will be coming on Sunday. Nope. Monday. Yeah, because it's really funny. The new YouTuber that I've discovered is UK. Based in the great northern hemisphere. And he's like, normal uploads every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Something like that. I don't know. So yeah, I'll get 3 like videos a week. Won't be the days he says. It doesn't really bother me anymore, that sort of stuff. But it used to bother me a lot when I was first getting into the YouTube scene. Like first watching YouTube and stuff. Because I'd be like, oh yeah, there's a new video coming out on Thursday. And it would be Thursday and it hasn't released yet. And I'm like, what's the new video? And then it comes out on Friday and I'm like, you said it would come out on Thursday. It wasn't until like a month later I realized it's because of time zones. Time zones exist. Yeah. Although now it kind of works in my favor because when video games come out on the 28th of April, I get it. On the 28th of April, and then I can like stream it, and then Americans can just like suffer. The Americans suffer anyway, because the majority of my audience are bloody northern hemisphere. I'm like, guys, do you sleep? Like, do you know what sleep is? Although in my defense, I always knew what time zones were, but it never really like hit me that it also applies to like YouTube and stuff. I know, who would have thought? I guess you can say I've gotten used to the time zones and YouTube videos and stuff being out, but it'll take me a second or two to remember. Yeah. I don't know. All I see is Americans don't sleep. Like, my current exposure and contacts with Americans is you, Neela. Man, and you have a bar to set. You, Neela, are pretty much representing America. Your face affects time zones. People just look at your face and they're like, oh, I need to like go back hours. I can't. I'm not gonna have like enough peas. Although you've got a few seconds left with me. Actually, I might as well just finish this blanket and then I might as well finish this bracelet and then I'll end stream. And I'll pack away my bead stuff so I can start getting ready. Get this, before my stream tomorrow of taking apart my fight stick, I keep looking in that direction because over there on top of my drawer, my display shelf is my fight stick. So I'll like pack away my beads. Actually, I won't be packing them away very far. I've got this slap desk that I'll probably put in my bed. So I'll probably just use that instead and just put all my beads there. And move my bead workstation to my bedroom. But yeah, get this. Actually prepare for a stream before. And I'll probably also set up my iPad again. I won't leave my iPad there because I use my iPad. But like I'll set up the stand before as well. So tomorrow, whenever I'm able to stream, I won't need to like waste any time getting ready. Aren't you guys proud of me? I'm evolving in the world. Not really. I'll say I'll prepare. But I also need to film TikToks. Edit TikToks. And stuff. I've currently, with my Pro controller that I modded, I've got how did this turn into this. Sure, Neela. Whatever you say, big guy. with my LED controller. So I'll be finishing that up. So I'll need to film it and then edit that. I won't upload it tonight. I want to do some outfit ideas. And then I'll see if any other sound tickles my fancy to use. Although I kind of feel like using the how did this turn into this sound with like beads and candy. So like, how did this, and it'll pan to my like container beads, turn into this, and then it'll show to like a completed project. I did that yesterday. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. I'll probably also make another thing for my sister, and I'll make the use blue this time. Not Neela. And I'll make the star for my dad tonight as well. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. I've got a tub of beads that I want to buy like organization stuff for, because it's annoying me that it's just a tub of beads. Although, why buy like intricate, expensive organization stuff? And I can just use like Ziploc bags, and then I can fit them all back in the tub. I'm hoping I cut out enough string. It seems I'll be pushing it a bit. Just a bit too much. I've also got another idea, and I'll show you guys in a sec when I finish threading all this through. Is like fixing this up. It's a bit wonky. And then giving it to my sister. This is a candy stream. I'm making candy. And this is a candy cube shaker. I've actually made myself one that I keep on my lanyard. I need to add like more beads to this. It is really cool, and like I made this as well. It's a rotating cuff. That's actually what I'm doing here. I'm making a rotator cuff for my sister. And I need to move my hair out of the way every time I go, but I made a jewelry. with the star. So that's what I've been doing. This is my latest obsession. ADHD/autism much. And my sister, don't eat the little star. Nah, I don't eat the star. I eat what's next to the star. They're called silicon beads. And they're what's used for like jewelry and stuff. I said I was making candy. Although Atlas, I'm gonna finish stream when I finish this bracelet, but I've still gotta like thread a few more beads and then make the rotating part of the rotating cuff. And I'll be seeing my family again tomorrow. I know I've seen them like every day this weekend. This is a long weekend. But I've got dish to return to them and I've got laundry to do. And so I'll bring this stuff for my sister over. So I've threaded beads through, but I haven't like actually finished, I guess, what you can call the stitch yet. Whew. I don't know why I grabbed 2 purples. I didn't need to grab 2 purples. I only needed to grab 1 purple. And then I will do a bit of sewing. And then welcome back to another episode of Can Lala Tie a Knot? I guess we will be finding out. Stay tuned. Alright, one more knot. When doing these types of streams, I usually have my iPad mini set up as a secondary camera. But I didn't really plan on like streaming tonight. But now I just need to make the rotating part of the bracelet and cut the string, and I'll be using my like holographic beads, the sparkly ones. I need to move my little mushroom top out of the way. I'm just knotting some string. Probably the worst part about this like elastic string, jelly string, is it tangles really easily, but probably one of the best parts is it like untangles really easily. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So about 42 goes along here. But you know what? That's a lot. So I'm just gonna string the beads along and see how we go. So for the main like cuff part, I've been doing the pattern of like 2 pinks and a purple. So now I'll do like 2 purples and a pink. Just because I used a lot of pink. So 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Nope, that's still 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. I better not drop this string, because then I've just like lost all my beads. But now I put them over my desk, so if I drop them, they'll just land back in the container. And 1. And 2 and 1 and 2. I know, riveting content. Because I'm just putting on 2 purples and a pink. And then I grab two more purples and then a pink. I saw somewhere where someone was like, candy making. The bracelets can be really tedious, and I'm like, yes. Yeah, I'm still obsessed with doing it. I'm still loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. I'm loving it. No, not sponsored by McDonald's, unfortunately. Although that'd be pretty cool if I was. Purple, purple. Pink. Purple. Purple. Pink. Purple. Purple. Pink. Purple. Purple. Also, another thing I'll be doing after stream, I know I'll be busy, is organizing a small container of beads. That is from projects. Previous projects that didn't work too well because I used twine. Don't mind me, I was just playing with my smiley piercing. Alright, one more pink. And this might be too much. Might be too much. I'm just being like vibing. Yeah, no, too much. Alright, time to take a purple and pink off. A purple and a purple and a pink. Still a bit loose. We want it just the right, well. You said you were gonna sleep, Neela. But it's alright, I've almost finished the bracelet. I'm just like trying to figure out the size of the rotating part of the rotating cuff. But I think I've got it. Did you just like have a micro nap or something? It's not like spinning it as well, but it's probably because I've got like fabric on. But, woohoo! I made it. This one's for my sister. And I need to fix this up so it's not so wonky. For my sister. I had some crumbs from breakfast just like on my desk that I vacuumed up. That was fun. So yes, this is going to be the end of the stream. I didn't even finish my vanilla cup. This will probably be the end of candy making streams. I might do candy making streams on TikTok if I ever get like 1,000 followers. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow, I don't know when I'll be live. I'll keep you guys posted in Discord. But tomorrow will be the day we'll be adding my blue buttons to my arcade stick. And Tuesday, possibly, I'll be adding the blue, like, ball thing for the joystick. Yeah. Yeah, Neela. Don't be, like, sad or annoyed or anything I'm leaving because I've got a lot of work to do. But I will see you guys. I hope you guys had as much fun watching as I did chilling. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.